Devotional, Monday 27th of April 2020. In 1990, Francisco was a 22-year-old Bible college student in the city of Lima, Peru. It was his passion to bring Senderista terrorists to Jesus. His city had swollen to 7 million people, as many had fled from the countryside because the terrorists were murdering so many. One day the Lord answered Francisco's prayer in a very strange way. As Francisco was walking past the National Palace, a car sped past and launched a mortar bomb from the car, which exploded in the palace grounds. Then the car vanished immediately, and the local police swarmed the area, and Francisco was arrested and taken to the maximum security prison. He was locked up on the 4th floor in an area set aside exclusively for holding the Senderista terrorists. 500 men and women, all terrorists, were imprisoned in this area. Francisco wasted no time in grieving over his circumstances. He was prepared. He had diligently studied how to present the gospel to communist revolutionaries. And in a gentle way, he began preaching to the terrorists, sharing the love of God. A young woman named Maria listened carefully. One of her tasks with the terrorists had been to take her pistol and shoot the wounded victims to guarantee their death. She wondered, could God possibly love and forgive her? And when Maria prayed a sinner's prayer with Francisco, she found out that he definitely could, and that he did. A year passed while Francisco waiting for his trial. During that time, he led over 60 terrorists to faith in Jesus. As the love of God penetrated hardened hearts, terrorists became children of God. There is now a church in the prison filled with new believers brought to Jesus through the faithfulness of Francisco. On reflection, Francisco's prayer was answered in an unusual way. But what better place to minister to terrorists than in prison? Francisco was quick to recognize that God had changed evil to good. He used Francisco's wrongful imprisonment to give him the desire of his heart. Then God blessed his efforts, and many were brought into the kingdom. You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good, to accomplish what is now being done, the saving of many lives. The words that we find in Genesis chapter 50, verse 20, spoken by Joseph.